This is WSN. Love it or leave it. The underdog's on top, and you can either agree or disagree with her. But either way, the tribe is all here. This is a tribe called Jess. You can call the show anytime at 855-77-WYLDE. That's 855-779-9533.
And welcome to a tribe called Jess.
I was so upbeat.
Where we are very mindful, very courteous, and very, very demure in my ASMR voice, as they just told me. Hi, guys. What's up? I have the tribe here. I have Frank the Tank, Frankie Diaz.
What's going on?
And I have Julio July Diaz. I got to adjust these headphones again. And I have my lifer, Jeff, back there, who's going to jump in the conversation. And I have Johnny Cannonford, who's been fixing us because we're all falling apart tonight.
I know. There's so much stuff going on.
Sorry, John. I got to adjust these. They're falling off my head tonight. Everything could be going wrong. It's all my fault. It's my bad juju.
Of course. Who else we got to blame?
It's my bad juju. So how you doing?
Doing great.
What's going on? How do you like that demure? Everybody. Some people are like, I'm so upset. It's so annoying. I'm like, it'll pass in a week.
I'm with. There was a reel where the lady said, I'm old enough to know something's like I'm old enough to be current and know what's going on. But I'm also old enough to not care about the demure thing.
So you're minding your own business.
It was kind of funny because I called you and I'm like, oh my God, you got to see these comments. And I did the one on, I only slashed 3 of your tires, not 4. Very mindful, very courteous, very demure. And it was funny because it's a voiceover, guys, and you just duplicate it on TikTok. But when something's trending, you gain so many followers. Yeah. So you want to do a trending voice exactly how it's done. Like I study this stuff, so to get followers organically. So I do it. And like 4 people are like, you should be arrested for that. I mean, I read them to Frankie. They're like, you need to go to jail for your actions. That is unkind. Or they were unkind, not lawful, not demure. And I'm like, do you guys not realize this is a fucking joke?
Yeah. It's like, it's not my voice.
It's not even my voice. And you can... I mean, maybe some people would take it because I do the voiceovers very matched up. I'm pretty good at them. But I'm like, do you think I'm that dumb to post? Most people, one guy, what did he say? He said something, I'm crazy, I don't care, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, obviously you do care because you stopped by to say you don't care. And everybody that said they don't care, I would go back and be like, really? Oh, my God, you could have just scrolled. I hope you have a great day. So then he goes, and I can see you're crazy. I can see it in your eyes. And I go, really? You can see that?
Crazy
you
eyes.
You can see I'm crazy? I say, I can tell a lot about your character by your punctuation. I don't know, because I'm not. Anyway, and we went back and forth. I was like, that's a hard pass from me. Sorry.
And you did mention what you can tell so much about the profile picture or lack of.
Well, that's the thing. The people that are the meanest, you either go there, and TikTok's the only place like that I block people because the trolls are a different level. It's not about the meanness; it's kind of scary. So
anything that starts with a duh, I'm like demure, the meanness.
It just reminds me of that SNL skit with.
Hi, Holston. How you doing? Hi, John. How are you? It's good to see you guys.
Not this demure talk.
Holston, come on now. It's on fleek. It is on fleek. We wore that out for years. We're reading off the YouTube screen, guys. And if you're not joining in our YouTube chat, you can go to the Wylde Style Network on YouTube. You'll see us live. And please join in the chat.
Ask us questions.
Ask us questions. You can comment on my ASMR voice. I'm going to take up another. What do you call that career?
Career.
Is that a career?
Yeah, on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can do it.
Damn, Julio, you answered that real quick. She didn't even finish asking.
What's going on?
He said, I know. Yes, it is, Jessica. Yes, it is.
I'm not demure. That's why. What's the opposite of demure? I'm bratty.
You're brat.
Nickel and diming.
Did you have such
nickel and diming bitch?
I am a nickel and diming bitch.
That's the opposite of demure.
So Wait, we're Brat Summer. Now we're into Demure Girl Fall. Fall. Demure Girl
That's
Fall.
right.
Somebody said that the other day. I was laughing.
I miss my pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, whatever.
Dude, but that Brat Summer was funny. I thought
I
that
love
was
Brat
pretty
Summer. They Gen Y, Gen Z turned Brat into a whole new direction. But anyway, when you go to the Wylde Style Network, that's WYLDE. Please subscribe and follow Tribe Called Jess and the Wylde Style Network on all socials.
Yes.
Wylde Style Network is the same on their socials, and mine is Tribe Called Jess on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. God help me, I hate Twitter. And Tribe Called Jess 1. I'm sorry, the number 1 on Instagram. And we are coming to you from the Salisbury Studios, fueled by Monster Energy. Thank you, Monster. And hold up that Monster.
It's a great new flavor. Like I
in
didn't
the
try this
can
one.
too.
And we have our new partnership collaboration with BetStamp just in time for the NFL season. Are you guys going to get on there and register and let's go, guys? Do some betting. But we collabed with Wylde Style Network has done a partnership with BetStamp. So you go to signupexpert.com/Wylde Style Network. I'm sorry, signupexpert.com/Wylde Style Network. Is that right, John?
Yes.
Okay.
/Wylde Style Network. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
got
so
it.
that link you put on there, and then you click on it, and it takes you to all the betting options.
Yeah, and it gives you a unique offer. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was checking it out.
I don't think Frankie can.
They just added a bunch of other platforms you can bet on, and they're changing up the offers. I feel like every month maybe, but I've seen different offers now than it was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's awesome. So it gives them you New Year's or offers, picks tailored to your region or to what you like. And it's up there on the
Yeah,
screen,
there you go,
guys,
just like that. It comes up with all
who
your
are watching
options.
YouTube. And periodically throughout the show today, we'll be giving shout outs on YouTube. Hi, Nikki. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't know, Nikki and Simone do the new podcast here at the Wylde Style Network. It's called Until They Kick Us Out.
That was one of our fans from
you said
the
Nikki
usual
and-
places.
Dude, I can't hear that well, so I thought you said Nikki and she moans.
John
What?
John Burnley, one of our top fans from day one. He's got liquor and weed in me. I'm demure as fuck.
Spoken like a true gentleman.
Oh, God.
Nikki
I
was going
love
to call
it.
in at some point, so just let me know when you want me to grab her.
Anytime.
Or grab her Billy Nor.
But you can call on the show anytime at 855-77-WILD, 855-779-9533, 855-779-9533. And 2 quick notes. We have Cagezilla on Saturday.
Yes.
That is DMV's
Woo,
Cagezilla
let's
80.
go.
CagezillaTickets.com. VIP sold out. And I will be here with a smile on, making sure people don't buy me in VIP.
She'll be very demure.
I will not be demure when you do that. I won't say what they call me. Hey, someone run over the little girl. We're the spicy ones, not smart. And 2 things. One, before we start, I just want to say very sad today to hear the missing woman that's made national news right here down the road. I'm going to say this right. Mamta Bhatt. She's been missing since July 31st. They still have not found her, but they did do their 10th executed search warrant on the house last night, and they did arrest her husband today. What?
So they charged him with
concealing.
concealing a body.
They charged him with either concealing transportation or there's one other word they used. So one of those. And I went through all the pictures. They were taking out carpet, although they didn't have hazmat suits on, as someone mentioned. So I'm sure, and obviously you always want to think there's hope, but that doesn't give a good sign when they're, say, concealing a dead body. And I think what I want to give a shout out to her friend. Well, first of all, just prayers for that little 1-year-old baby. She turned 1 on Tuesday, and it breaks my heart because not only does she now not have her mother, despite how a monster I think this man is, now she doesn't have her father. She doesn't know that, right? And it's just so sad. And shout out to her friend Nadia Navarro, because this woman single-handedly has ran searches day after day, flyer handouts, and people have criticized her, like, you're not doing this right. Do not critique the man in the arena. I hope that if something happens to me, that I have a friend like that, because that woman literally has lived and breathed everything about finding her friend. So if you see Nadia Navarro on Facebook, I mean, she's on every news story. They write about her. give that woman some love. She is suffering right now, I'm sure. And my heart just goes out to the whole situation. So, and it's very strange to have it in your backyard. So.
Yeah. I mean, national news.
Yeah, Nancy Grace had it on. So, yeah, it's sad.
It's insane.
It's really insane. Fuck that guy. I'm so mad. You have no idea. I want to go off. What a monster.
So,
anyway.
Group chat.
I think we might have Nikki on the line, but
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki,
Hey,
you're so
can you
fine.
hear
You're
me?
so fine.
I can hear you in one of my ears. Can you guys hear?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, same thing.
What's going on, Nikki?
Hi, honey. Hi, handsome man.
Oh, wow.
That must be
I was
extra.
just talking
Must
about
be
me.
extra funny.
It's Nikki
looking.
from Until They Kick Us Out.
Yeah, Nikki and Simone do Until They Kick Us Out. You didn't get to meet Nikki. You met Simone when we were up at First Friday.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how's the podcast
Dude,
going?
I mean, it's amazing. Simone's the best. Like, she's the brains, the beauty, and I'm literally like just the beast behind it.
I don't think
but
that. I do watch. You guys do a good
I
job.
saw your first episode. It was pretty funny.
I wanted to call because, John and I have been, and Simone have been on a group chat, like, and just, covering everything, watching everything. And just like you're saying a moment ago, yeah. So we obviously kind of all had a little bit of a background and a little bit of like a thought in our own minds about what was going on, but I just didn't think it would be quite this bad, right?
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, it's just,
And
she's so young, and that
you
baby.
you were giving a shout out to Nadia a moment ago, and I don't want to go too much into like what Simone what she got to do today, but she did actually. Simone got to go and meet Nadia.
Oh, good.
And she got to meet and she got to meet a neighbor of Momta's, and there's just, let's just say, like, there were tears all around. And I think the one thing we can take away from it was that this young woman was loved.
Absolutely. I just got the chills. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, just incredibly.
me
But
upset.
Simone did get to speak with her, and I don't want to tell her story.
No,
for her,
absolutely,
but
please. Yeah.
But the little that I did hear about it while I was doing Simone's daughter's hair, Piper, hey girl, that's what we were doing for her little back to school, go girl. Was we just did find out like how much this woman was loved, and I think the real takeaway is that she did not have family here. She didn't have family, but she had friends, and she had a network of friends and coworkers, and that is who showed up for her. And it's a real testament to a lot of us out there that don't have a strong like blood family.
I don't have blood family here. My friends are my family, so my blood family lives all over. So,
then you know what? Then you and I will get together because I don't have any blood family here or in a lot of places. And my friends and family, and like, my friends are my family, and a lot of my friends that are my family, which I love. But that is such a testament to this woman, and like, the connections that she made at her job as a pediatric nurse, that they were like, where is she? Because I think there's a lot of us that think that we go to work every day and that we don't make a difference. And it's not true. It's like, I think a lot of us go to work and we do impact others. And that is a big takeaway from that.
I do. I think it's a big takeaway and it's important. And thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you calling and giving those thoughts. And, please, if you do talk to her, please send our love. If you get the opportunity to talk to Nadia. And of course, I've given her love on Facebook and socials. It's just an important reminder.
You've been super active. Yeah.
I think
you've been super active with it. I love it.
I think it's an important reminder. You never know when you're not going to see somebody again. Love people. And, just love people. That's it. Because it isn't guaranteed. Life is precious.
And show your kindness.
Always.
And show your kindness.
We're going to do a whole show on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually have I have a couple stories for you. So we'll collab before that.
Okay.
But also, if you are a man and you're thinking about, wedding your wife, don't do it in Prince William County because
We
because
will
they're going
find
to get
you.
you. And I love it. And I shared his mugshot tonight, and I was like, goodbye, because I'm so angry. But thank you for having me on.
Absolutely,
Love you,
honey.
hope to
And
see you.
we love you. And I'll message you and we will get together and I'll make a point to calling your show and love you so much and have a good night.
You too, and we'll see you on First Friday.
Okay, honey. I'll see ya.
What did she say about if you're a man? What?
She was saying, we'll get you. She was just proud of the cops. We're going to catch you. We're going to get you if you think you can get away with doing something in Prince William County. It was just a shout out to them, the investigative work. I think I want to go, obviously away from sadness, but also give the respect. But we had just come off an episode of domestic violence, and we talked about this and how important he was holding money from her while they were married. She wasn't allowed to go to a place 5 minutes from her house. This is according to a news story. I think I think it was ABC, things like that. These were signs and forms of abuse. And of course, obviously she has a great friend group. And, this is why help people, obviously her friends get out of these situations, because this is the absolute worst ending. And this is what Nancy and I were talking about, in those situations. So I will repost our episode on domestic violence and not for any reason, but I hope it helps somebody and that somebody gets out, as well as all the hotlines and the texting. But before Frankie cries, because he's very sensitive and so am I, I'm about to cry. I'm going to gear away from this, and I'm going to wish my brother, not as good looking as me sibling, a very happy 40th birthday on Saturday. I called him today in Germany and I was like, you are getting so damn old. You're going to be 40. He's like, I am. I said, are you sure? He's like, no, I'm going to be 40. Happy birthday, Jacob. He is my very, very best friend, my ride or die. And he's just the best man and brother to me. I couldn't ask for more. And I love him so much. And he knows all my deepest, darkest, and my worst moments of my life. And he loves me anyway. I don't know why.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy. And obviously, thank you for your service.
And thank you for your service. Almost 20 years in the military. So, yeah. So I can't wait for him to get out and come home. But moving on to other pastors. We've had so much gossip since we sat here. You and I have talked about the gossip that's going around. And first, the Olympics have ended. The United States did well. And the NFL season is about to officially begin, which we are officially calling Taylor and Travis Season 2.0.
Real quick about the Olympics, you guys heard that they're not doing breakdancing anymore, right?
So just a note on that, I didn't expect them to, because they add different sports and it's not guaranteed they'll move over to the next one. So
flag football, I think, is the next one now.
Yeah, like and flag football probably won't proceed to the next. So they kind of do that to throw in different sports. I read about that to see were they just like, because it sucked, or like, what did they think? So
sure
no, that's okay. Well, I don't. Those people train hard, so I'm not going to take away from them. It didn't suck that bad. All right.
The Australian one was interesting.
It was like electric. It was like breaking
She
two.
actually was a culture. Are you talking about the lady that the memes?
Yeah.
She actually studied dance culture and breakdancing since for about 15 years, and they didn't really have anybody.
She needed
the
to
person
study
that
harder.
She beat out was way better.
Look, I'm not the judges, guys. I just read the stories about their backstory and how the hell she got there, because she did kind of suck. But you know what? I don't have the balls to be on the Olympics, so who am
She's
I?
Up there,
She's up there just like we're up here.
We promote, pursue your dreams, go for this and that. She did it.
If
She
you're not
enjoyed
getting your
it.
feet dirty, then I don't know how much I can say.
so-
Once we get sleeping as a sport, then I'll
You're
go.
going to enter?
I'm definitely going.
Anybody else in for sleeping as a sport? So the other thing is, did you see Travis Kelsey mic'd?
No.
So he was mic'd, and he's fucking hysterical. Like, it is so funny, mic'd in practice. But what I wanted to ask you guys, because this was the funniest thing I heard. He goes, one of his coaches goes, you look like your head's 10 times the size of your body in that helmet. And he goes, he did the, what's it called? The Little Giants, where he goes, and the helmet's so big, he's like, I can't see. But why are those helmets like that? Have you seen the practice?
Oh, they're like the ones that have like foam all around them or something?
Yeah, it's for concussions and stuff. They're extra protection.
So they,
Oh.
so they can
Especially-
play during the real season.
Yes, especially
It's
so
the
they-
short bus helmets for
The short bus helmets.
for practice.
Stop.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of extra safety stuff, especially around, Because remember
Yeah.
was it CTE?
Yeah.
The concussion stuff?
Which is very serious. Very serious.
Yeah, the brain is, I mean, got to be protected.
Frankie, snap out. We're in happy zone. I know you're sad. You're sensitive today. I asked you if you had your period. You're like, did I bleed through?
I said, I bled through.
Okay, Holston up our YouTube chat. Holston say they're extra shells for concussion protection. There's that verbal train wreck coming in. I obviously can't fucking talk.
Just uses the word protection and destroys it completely.
My what?
When you see the word protection.
Why do I hear a baby?
I think he was looking for a train wreck.
Oh,
I
heard a baby.
bum.
I'm like, wait, is there a small baby child in here? God, I hope not.
There's a baby train.
A baby train. And then we have Blake Lively getting canceled, which you called me about. And I was like, look, I've never been. So for those that don't know the backstory on this is a very big story because we just did
I don't know the backstory.
So this is how the one we did on domestic violence. Yeah. This is how it ends. Oh my God, it just went out of my head. This is what happens when you get old people. It ends with us. We did that domestic.
So it ends. I can't remember anything.
And so anyway, her and Blake Lively and Jordan Baldoni supposedly had a falling out. There's been no press together. They avoid questions about each other. And then all of a sudden it became, at first they were kind of mad at him, but then all of a sudden, I especially see it on TikTok, but now I'm seeing it everywhere. People are blaming Blake and pulling up interviews from years and years ago. So you challenged me to be like, hey, Jess, like what's going on? This is more than just a trend trying to cancel. So I went and watched the interview that everybody's really, really upset about. But before I tell you what it was, I think I liked Blake. I've never really connected with her. She's a beautiful woman. She's always very nice. But she's just one of those people I could never see myself connecting with. She has something about her personality. Here nor there. It doesn't matter.
I just know her as Ryan Reynolds' wife.
But I also think, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants was a huge...
Was she accepted? No? Accepted with Justin Long? Was that her too?
I don't know.
I just read stuff here and there that she was married to somebody else before and whatever.
Well, no, so Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson. And very beautiful actress. I think they were already on the outs. Blake and Ryan were friends dating other people, and we're like, oh, we should date each other. So those two don't come across as that sort, and I'm not going to speculate.
I just know her as Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Where I do understand why people are getting upset, because I went and watched the interview. I was like, okay, let me be fair. And the reporter says she was obviously 8 months pregnant.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
And the reporter says,
Are you Ariana Grande?
No, she was like this in one of the interviews.
Oh, well, I can't get into it. All right. I don't even know what this is.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So she says, the reporter said, nice bump. Obviously, she's 8 months pregnant. It's a conversation starter. It breaks the ice. We all know in here doing this kind of work, sometimes it's nerve-wracking, especially interviews. You want to ease everybody. And Blake goes, oh, you have a nice bump, too. Real shitty.
Bless you.
And the lady wasn't pregnant. So, I get where... But I kind of backed up, and I was like, okay, she's 8 months pregnant. How miserable are you? Your hormones are all over. I'm not excusing the behavior necessarily, but she probably was in that mode of, I don't want to fucking be here. I'm pregnant. I don't feel, and snapped at her. And is it right? Should she call the lady and apologize like everybody? Sure, whatever. I don't think it was that bad either. I think Blake could do a little better at coming across nicer. She took a friendship bracelet the other day from, I think, a kid or something. She said, oh my God, I love it. It's beautiful. Hands it to her assistant. I watched it and says, I'll put it on later because it doesn't match my outfit. Put the fucking bracelet on. Make the person happy. Take it off 10 steps down because it doesn't match your outfit. She could do a little better.
That's like really picnic.
Yeah, but if it's a kid, do a little better. Look, if you're in the public eye, you got to be on with PR.
Thanks, little brat.
I don't think. Hi, how are you guys? Saying hi to our YouTube fans.
Thanks, you little germ spreader.
All right, well, that's true. I don't blame her for that one. They are little germ spreaders.
Especially with Oh no, wait, was this
My
an
kid's
old
21. I can say it. They are little germ spreaders. I'm so happy that he's not in he's his last year of
He's an
college.
international drum spreader.
He's his last year of college this year, but I'm so happy when he got
Nice
out
an
of.
STD spreader.
There you go.
No, he has a very committed girlfriend. He's in a relation, my son. I like this one.
She's very committed, or they're very committed.
They're very committed.
Nice.
Yeah, they're very committed. All right.
Very demure.
Very demure, very mindful, very courteous, very demure. Pappy is looking yummy tonight.
It's
I'm reading
Pappy. It's Poppy.
off.
There
Pappy.
you go. Wait. Say it just a second.
Hi, Pappy.
Oh, sorry, no.
You
The
really said
Pappy.
I spelled
good.
Poppy.
It's all good, Jess. We love you.
P-O-P-P-Y. Okay, whatever. Fuck you guys. And then we
I
have.
can only hope so.
We
Not
have
very demure of you.
not very demure.
Very brat.
People are gonna hate us, so we can't say that. And then we have Bennifer divorce 2.0.
Oh God.
I feel
very
co-
annoying.
She filed. She went down. She didn't have her system filed. She finally went and filed. Hi, Alex. How are you? Alex, is this one of our very best friends, Alex? What's up, Alex? How are you? Can you bring my bottle of vodka to Kate's?
Oh my God. Please bring that freaking bottle. She's been asking for me to get it for a year now.
He brought it to the marina because he had to go to the same going away party, and he left because he came to see our friend's daughter off to college. You know, they had a big marina thing for the college going away, and he brought it, and I forgot to get it in his car. He's
Like, oh God.
like, oh.
You and that. It's been like a year with a vodka bottle story.
J-Lo needs a regular person. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I'm reading the comments off of our YouTube to the audience who's listening. Regards to J-Lo, she just needs a regular everyday person. I agree.
She just needs someone that's not associated with Dunkin' Donuts, apparently. She can't handle a Dunking. I love that so much. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I feel bad on this one because she went down, she filed, and they said her comment was, reliable sources said she was tired of waiting. She was working on it with him. And I guess from all the things that are coming in, he just was like, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Look, Ben has a piss poor fucking attitude. She has a bad track record. He has a piss poor attitude. But I mean, just because somebody gets married a lot doesn't make
Yeah,
them.
but they've been around the block already. It wasn't like the first time.
Jenny from the
Jenny
block.
from the block. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
be
not like
fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block.
I'm still falling from the same jock.
The same cock.
The
The same cock. Oh, let's sing it. Don't be fooled by the cock
By the cocks that I go, wow.
that I lost.
That I locked? What? So who has more rings now, J-Lo or Tom Brady?
No, they say I think they said one more, and I think she ties him or passes him or something.
I hope
Come on,
she
J-Lo.
I hope she kept them all.
I mean, they're like she finally went down to get divorced. I mean, I don't think she had another choice.
Well, no, I do think in this case, like he strung her along a bit. Like he was like, oh, like I'm gonna work on it. I mean, I don't think he had any
I don't know.
intention.
All those
I think he's
memes, all
grumpy.
his facial expressions.
Don't you think he's grumpy?
He's from Boston.
Matt Damon's from Boston. I met him, and he's always happy and with his wife for a million years. And he doesn't look like he's pissed off at every event.
Okay, fumble.
He didn't.
Oh, here it goes.
Thought you were going to sing over it.
Oh, don't be fooled from the rocks I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I got a lot.
Now I don't have any cock,
Now I have no cock. This is true. We'll get to that.
and I gotta get back to rock.
I hope not. I really like that ring. It was a pretty color.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ben Affleck always seems to be happy by himself, and then
Me too.
'cause the whole Jennifer Garner thing. That
I think
was a whole
I'm
thing.
better single.
The whole Gone Girl movie should have taught him a lesson.
Jennifer Gardner, his ex-wife, like
Mm-hmm.
he was miserable with her at one point, and then he seems to be pretty happy, and they got hooked up with J-Lo. And
Well,
seems
with
to be
Jennifer
all right, and
Gardner,
then
he had to
was
go
just-
in High to Spice Ron. He had to go into the, didn't that when he went into rehab? I think, yeah. Look, I'm glad he got help. He's just a grumpy monkey.
I'm saying
but I'm also.
But he doesn't hide it. He doesn't try to be someone he's not. And then you see that and be like, I'm going to change him.
Yeah, but when he first falls in love, if you go back to their pictures for the first year, he's all smiles and fun.
Who isn't?
I think he's all drained.
Who isn't?
He felt like 10 pounds in like a week.
Whatever. He ain't getting any younger. He's probably not pulling better ass than J-Lo unless he's putting up money.
That's $70 million ass.
But
Yeah.
he can do
I
better
doubt
than
that.
Yeah.
yeah, no, isn't her ass in
I don't
shape
know.
for like a
Even
whole bunch
young
of money?
women don't like grumpy monkeys like that. J-Lo's cooking probably sucks. Nice, John. That's a funny comment. I'm sure they have chefs. Highly doubt they're cooking most nights for themselves, although they may.
Did you see that meme though? That meme was pretty mean.
What was it?
Where he's whispering something to her, and then the next picture she's upset and he's laughing, like smiling, and they put at the bottom that he said, "If Selena didn't die, you're only famous because Selena died."
That's fucked up.
I know.
I mean, that's inappropriate all the way around. I mean, there's some memes I'm like, it's just completely inappropriate.
But I don't know. I believed it.
I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't laugh. I thought it was stupid. I did see it. I just thought it was dumb. It just didn't even, like, it wasn't even funny. You thought it was funny?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Loser.
I've just never been. Look, I like J Lo's some of her music.
Yeah.
As an actress, I've seen her movies, but I don't think I could care less about her movies.
I used to like her a lot more before I got on TikTok. And once people on TikTok, because they're open on the TikToks, let me tell you, and everything is verbal. So, like, it's not like somebody's writing a post. You're connecting with them and listening to the story. And I'm sure some are elaborated, but there's a lot of people that worked for her over the years that put out a lot of stories. And she treated people pretty shitty. So she was better when she was from the block. Yeah, probably. So, anyway, moving on.
Moving on, like Ben Affleck
She
did.
probably didn't like the fact that Ben Affleck spoke better Spanish than she did.
Dude, Ben Affleck, I don't know. I don't think he's a grumpy guy. He just looked like a chill, mellow guy.
No, he looks like he sucks.
Jello's too much. He's like that kind of dude. You know what? He's like that kind of dude that just wants to put on whatever shirt he left there earlier, like the day before. He just wants to put on the same shirt and just be relaxed and worried about how he's dressed. And J-Lo wants a guy, looks like she needs a guy that's always proper, always dressed on point.
I don't know. Mark Anthony didn't last either, so.
Yeah, I think he was too obsessed with her. So when a dude wants a woman too much, the woman loses interest. So women can't love women too much because then they take advantage of. They're like, eh.
I think cannot not love them enough.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference between being nice and being authentically nice with your own boundaries. That we've had that show and we'll do it again. So when guys are just pushovers, that's nice. And I don't want to go down here because we have so much planned. Nice with boundaries is like, I'm always going to be kind and nice to you, but I'm also going to keep you in check when I'm not okay with something or accept behavior from you that isn't cool. There's two different things, because any guy that's really super like just I don't even call that nice. It's just yes, ma'am to everything. You're a lot of women out there just will walk all over him and it just doesn't become attractive.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like all of a sudden he became a yes man. All of a sudden Ben Affleck was just a boring dude. They're like that.
He just looks like he has to be like coddled all the time. Like, are you having fun, honey? And I couldn't be like, I would feel like somebody was bored all the time. Like no matter what we did, I can't be with someone like that. You feel like you have to babysit them. I want to hang out.
Yeah, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm good.
Whatever.
He's probably like high on
He
his
sucks.
wine.
He sucks.
He was tripping.
I don't think she's now that I heard. So I don't think she's great either. But I don't hate her. I respect her for what she's done. And like I hope her next one she finds the next, guy. And maybe that'll last forever, and maybe not. Who gives a fuck?
So what was wrong with A-Rod?
Ben came back.
Yeah, but A-Rod always dressed nice.
You're the one that said that. She didn't say anybody had to dress nice. You put those words in her mouth.
Dude, have you ever seen him talk? Oh my God, you can put up with that dude.
I agree too.
Hanging out with him.
I agree too.
He's an adult.
I love him. All right, let's get into the show.
Joe just jumped in there.
I don't disagree with Jeff. I'm not a big A. I didn't understand. I will say this. All the girls that were fascinated or liked A-Rod, I never understood.
I
And he's
thought
also
he
corny.
sucked.
Yeah,
a
like he just
Yankee.
doesn't do it for me. He
Dude, I
does-
thought he sucked as a player. Like he was great during the regular season and then disappeared in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So the other guys, they're like, you should have shot A-Rod.
Who said that?
Oh, so the movie, The Other Guys.
Oh, I know. I love that movie.
Remember, Mark Wahlberg's character shot Derek Jeter by accident.
Oh yeah, he
so
said
they were
you
saying
should have
this-
shot
A-Rod.
Oh, God.
All right, so Julio sent me this thing, and I was like, I'm not putting this on the show.
Was me.
And Julio sends me this thing on deodorant. He's like, I want to talk about this. And I'm like, what the fuck is this stupid idea? No offense, but I was like, really,
None taken.
Julio? So it's this couple, and she's like sitting there, and she's like, I'm going to try this on my husband. And she walks back and hands him a stick of deodorant. And you know how the
Brand new
deodorant
stick of
has a little plastic thing on it that
Yes.
protects the deodorant, so it has to be
Okay, no
stick.
listening.
So she says, honey, how do you open this? And he's like, I twist the bottom until it and the thing pops off. So he puts it back. He's like, well, how do you open it? And she goes and bites it and pulls it off. And I started laughing because I do it. And sometimes, not all the time. And it's mostly because we have our nails and it won't come off, right? And then the girl said the reason she did it was because women, like all through these comments on this other TikTok, were like, we take it off with our teeth. So I put it on my Facebook today. And some women are like, I squeeze the bottom. But a ton of them were like, oh, my teeth.
The demure woman.
Very
The
demure.
demure woman.
We have to go to the dentist because we have broken teeth.
That's what they got done.
Why did you like that one so much?
So originally because of a post where it showed up on originally, like the two guys that were talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like one, like smart friend and his less smart friend. There's getting into arguments,
Yeah.
and so he just happened to, like, he's like, I just saw my girl open up a new stick of deodorant, and she ripped it off with her teeth. He's like, bro, no way. And then it cuts to that scene, and I was
Yeah.
like, Jess, I think you're probably like the only other girlfriend that I really am close with.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta ask Jess this. Is it true? So now we know.
I do often do that with, I've taken it off. And I switch back and forth between stick and
Gel.
and the spray. Because I didn't have to wear it for years
Let
and
me
years,
ask you
and
this.
then my
One-
hormones changed.
One thing that I've noticed women do too is they'll pick up stuff with their feet instead of
Oh, I
bending
do.
down. And like
I do.
soccer, instead of bending down and picking it up,
Yeah.
they'll do it with their feet and bend it up and bring it to their hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that all the time.
See?
All the time.
Why?
Anyway,
Is that like, is that?
Frankie getting really excited about girls picking things up with their feet.
does it get you excited, Frankie?
Does it
Yeah.
pick something else up?
I'll be like, oh, a cookie. They'll pick it up and
John, I
put
got to
their feet
adjust
in.
these.
Especially when it's food, Jess. They'll pick it up with their feet and then feed me.
Sorry, they were killing me. I had to fix my little ears.
Pick up the cake with their feet.
Cake and feet. So anyway, I thought that was cute. To all the people that commented, that was super cute because they were all like, what the fuck? Why
Yeah.
are you asking this? But yeah, women. So women, if you're out there, let us know on my Facebook. Do you take deodorant off with your teeth?
Yes.
I do take deodorant off with my teeth.
Yeah, what else
I'm
you
going to
do-
start my own ASMR channel now.
That would be like, what else you do with that mouth?
Hi. Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, I hope not with the teeth. Too much teeth, people.
Giving some blowies with some teeth. Not demure, guys. Not mindful. Not courteous.
Well, if you're into
It's painful.
S&M, like, do you want teeth?
That's it.
Jeff, there's
Definitely not.
Do you want your dick bit?
I'm not into
they're in
S&M,
about
so I
it.
can't qualify that. But I definitely know that the teeth is a no-go.
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
Maybe
Oh, you know
like
what?
have you ever had your neck bitten or like just a girl bite you in general?
You know, fuck it. Next time I get head, I'm gonna ask for teeth. See what I think.
Bro, I got the girl for you. Just tear it up. Yes, sharp teeth. She will tear it up.
Did it happen to you, Jeff? Did someone bite your dick?
Not bite, but too much teeth and to the point that I had to stop. Like, I would always be like,
Jeff, less girth over there.
yeah, let's do something else.
Wait, did you literally
He
stop
said-
her from sucking your wiener and say, we
I
gotta do
didn't
something?
say, I
Yeah.
didn't make the comment, no, but
I can imagine
I always
Jeff's-
would distract with other things because
I know
it
what
was,
Jeff said. He said, "Let's try some butt stuff now."
no, it was the you know the situations that I'd be in, and it was somebody else's wife. So,
Oh. I mean,
so
or
we'd
that.
have other distractions. So
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You shouldn't have said.
Where's Jason when you need him?
That was like
He's
your
like,
poor
if
husband.
If Rocky
shouldn't
was
have
here,
said
he
suck
would be
my-
going off about it because he knows what I'm talking about.
The problem was he
Well,
said,
now,
"Suck my dick
can
like
we
you suck
know?
your husband's."
No, definitely not.
Too much teeth.
Halston, teeth up and down the shaft is very dangerous.
It's a lots of birth.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'll be back with some input.
Yeah,
I'll do some
especially because she
research.
was like a really sweet person,
Yeah.
but
I'm gonna do some research. I'll
Is
be
that
back
a
with my own
clue?
research.
No, the
Is that a
teeth
clue?
That's a no-go.
no.
That's a no-go.
I don't know if you know her.
Oh, I know everybody through somebody else. Maybe not.
I
Maybe
mean,
not.
you might have met them, but you probably wouldn't know who they are.
All right, so we're getting into some dick bite dating. No, I'm kidding, guys. So I put a reel on Facebook, not that reel, John, about it was hold on, don't trip, we got you, and it was asking, Frankie, pay attention. It was asking if he was asking the girl, a young girl, I would say in her 20s, mid 20s.
She's really cute.
Very cute. She's on there a
Oh,
lot.
she is.
And she is the kindest girl, but she's very honest. She is a very genuine person.
Her
Like,
smile's amazing.
I'd want my son to date that girl. And she's beautiful. Like, she's so beautiful. Anyway.
But the one he's dating is cute too.
Yeah. Of course. I'm saying, like, that's how nice she is. I don't mean like that. Oh, my God.
So I can think of that was so funny.
We like his girlfriend too.
Nico's girlfriend. I
playback.
don't want to say her name on here. I love you. That's not what I meant. And leave it to you two fucks to make it seem like that.
And the playback is gonna be hilarious. You see your face, dude. You're just gonna die.
Continue, Jess.
Way to get me in a fight with my son.
I know.
Your daughter will be here on Saturday.
Payback's a bitch.
Payback is a bitch.
Oh god.
So anyway, he asked her, what do you consider a date and not a date? And
Yeah.
the only reason I believed her on every single answer is because I've seen her throughout at least this year on that podcast, if not before. And she's just a really sweet, genuine girl. So he said McDonald's. And she said, if somebody planned it, I would consider it a date. Now, ideally, I would not want to go to McDonald's, more so because I don't like to eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
I do like it sometimes, but
It was a big picnic.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, it would be a date, right? He said ice cream. Yeah, Target. She said that would be her favorite.
Yeah, she did say
And
that.
a walk. Yes, she would consider that a date, which was my favorite. That was my favorite, hands down. Netflix. She was like, no, that's not a date.
Netflix and chill. She was like, no.
No, and
that's a
I wouldn't
brutal.
either. If somebody, and so I posted on Facebook, and people had some interesting feedback. John, who's on our YouTube chat right now, who is one of our top fans since almost from the beginning.
Yeah.
He said, if I leave my couch, it's a date.
That's hysterical.
And, a lot of people were traditional in their answers. Anybody inviting me to their home would be a hard no for me. Because it implies the implication there, whether you're implying it or not, especially the first. Let's go back. Let's back up and punt here. Like a first, second date. I'm not going to your home. Like I'm watching Netflix or whatever. That's just that's
What if-
setting it up for failure for
What
me.
if they're cooking dinner for you?
I don't think home. No, I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah, for a first couple of dates, it's a little aggressive, right?
Because every time I've done that, I fell on a dick, and I'm not doing that.
So cook dinner, gentlemen.
That's so
So it was dinner. So it was dinner and dessert.
No, but I mean, high level though. In all seriousness, like, no, that's not what I would want for a first date.
Yeah.
And I love the thoughtfulness. So for me, I said sporting events. So my girlfriend went on a date on a sporting event the other night, and she had great insight as well. She was telling me, and I was so jealous because I'm like, I want a guy to take me to a sporting event. So a sporting event would be a good one for me.
That's funny. 'Cause we always talk about that, having like a girl to go to sporting events with.
Yeah.
Like even if
Yeah.
she's like not really into it, but she puts on
That would be
the
my-
gear,
Dude,
she's
that girl
there
I
to
dated
support
for a
you.
little while.
Yeah,
like,
that
she
was
went to
awesome.
like Ravens games and she got into it.
Well,
yeah.
I think too, you can, if you ride together or whatever, you can have some conversation.
Riding is a date. Right.
If you fall on the dick. But I mean, you can ride together, have conversation. It's a great social, but you don't have to get drunk. You enjoy something together. You can talk about different things. Usually you're near a city, except our stupid team, which I love all the way at FedEx.
It's interesting you say that. The first date that I took, my ex-wife on, I picked her up, at the university she was at, and I showed her around the city because she wasn't from here. And I just drove around and I showed her where I grew up.
There you go.
And like the city, that was our first date. And then I think we went to eat afterwards.
And one of my other ones, I like that. I like that story. So that'd be ideal for me. And then anything that involves Oshi, I'd be very happy. Anything that involves my dog, you get bonus points.
Jess, the funny thing is, you said no cooking dinner. That was a go-to for me, and for that reason.
Well, yeah.
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 I mean, it's a guarantee.
Yeah, it works out. Yeah.
I mean,
you make something good. I'm actually a pretty good cook, so it worked quite a bit. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, most times that's how
And that girl thought she was still eating. That's why so much teeth.
Yeah, she was confused.
You cooked so good.
Is this a
and
Vienna
continued-
sausage? What is this?
You cooked so good. She continued chewing.
Jeff was doing some psychological stuff
So,
to make it.
hold on.
penis-shaped food.
Halston said Jeff is a legend. LOL. We all know. He is a legend. He has crazy stories.
A living legend.
A living
Living legend.
Halston also said a drive-through is not a date, but McDonald's food and picnic baskets eating at park while getting to know each other is a date. Well, drive-through you're probably banging too, so I agree. John said sporting event is top-notch. I agree. Halston said a mini golf outing is a solid date. A sporting event is a good date. I agree. So I pulled up from XO Nicole, one of our favorite people, some idea dates for everybody that don't involve we're going to fall into bed together and alcohol all the time.
Yeah.
So a stroll, in a local market, I think in a city, that's actually a really cool idea because there's so many. Well, I think DC, especially down, what's that place where we went to Treehouse, that district? I can't think of it right now. Not the Wharf, but that other district.
Navy Yard?
No. Anyway, I'll think of it. But they have like great markets. Obviously the farmers market DC, but anywhere that's kind of cool. Check out a new city together. I was talking to friends of mine that live out in, I think, Warrenton, and her husband were in DC for the second time in a few weeks. She's like, I love coming into here. I was like, it's awesome, right?
The whole area, DMV area, is very beautiful.
Yeah.
To go to different spots, to drive, picnic, and
Halston, it wasn't Mosaic District. It's I'll think of it.
Where's the treehouse at? What is?
We went to the treehouse, and I went to the opening of the Blossom Espresso can thing. I'll think of it. Give me a minute.
I can't even remember what she's talking about.
Museum or an art gallery?
That's the other thing.
I think that's really cool.
Heck
Wineries,
yeah.
there's plenty of wineries to go to.
This wineries, yep.
But we said we're trying to
We're
not to get drunk.
Well, and fall on a dick. Now this would be my absolute favorite, and they're a dying thing is a bookstore. Like if you took me to a bookstore and got me a coffee, and
I thought you said no dick.
sat a bookstore.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I could sit in a bookstore from especially on a rainy day. I will sit there all day long. Bring me coffee. Let's go get a little. They usually have the restaurant there.
Yeah.
And
Barnes and
oh my
Noble.
God, I miss them. By your house they have them.
We got Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, they're a dying breed, I guess.
Oh, they're
is the
coming
word.
back. They're building one in Gainesville. They're brand new.
Stop
one.
it.
Yeah.
Stop
Next
it.
to the Wegmans. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, next to the Wegmans. In,
I will have
Gainesville.
Oshi and I will be parked in there every day. You'll know where to find me, everybody. I love bookstores. I love books.
That's the thing. My youngest, she was like, Dad, can you drop me off at Barnes
I
and
know,
Noble?
you told me. I was jealous.
She's like, I want to read some books and stuff.
I was jealous.
She was there for like an hour and a half.
So proud
On
of
a date. She was on a date. No, I was kidding.
And then a picnic, which
Yes.
Halston referred to.
I was gonna say IKEA
Yep.
date.
Coffee at a cozy cafe. I think it's cool for is actually getting to know somebody. If you're just DTF or that kind of trail in your life, these are probably not the dates for you.
That's a friend.
I think this is
But
a
I'm
good-
so sick of not that I go on any dates, but it's like, let's go to dinner and then we'll get a drink and then we go end up clubbing and that's never fun and I fall on a dick. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm still celibate, by the way. I'll tell you guys how many days at the end of the show.
Too many days.
Too many days, not dates. But go
That's the
ahead.
thing. I guess I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, I guess it got lost in translation where the first date became like trying to impress. I guess because now it's like people want expensive dinners. You know, you hear all these TikToks and reels of like, don't take me to Cheesecake Factory or this or that, like
Or Applebee's.
and back in the day when I was young, like it was just about spending time with the girl you liked.
No, but
You know?
Applebee's falls into the list of alcohol and then falling on a date.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
$3
it's just-
Bahama Mamas, bro.
I hope everybody out there knows I am playing.
Yeah, we're kidding, yeah.
Sort of.
But you know, whatever happened to just doing simple things where you get to engage with the person, get to know them. That's
Because I think, I think the art of romancing people has changed a lot with social media. The entitlement changed a lot with the boom of the economy and the way millennials are raised. I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming more, I guess, us as Gen Xers. I think, I was pretty strict, but at that time, I could buy my son anything in the world, and so, and everybody was doing well. Remember. And so, and then, obviously the crash and things changed, the economy changed, and then blah, blah, blah. And I think if you kind of follow the economy, it also follows the way people act in the future. And that's one of those things I think that the traditional art of dating got lost. And then obviously all this social media, when social media blew up.
I tell you what, 80s movies
You don't have to go that far
will
back.
give you really good stuff.
We can
Yeah.
also use Hitch.
I think,
3 dates. That's all you need. That's
What?
the title for Hitch. 3 dates.
oh,
that's all
3
you need.
dates. Yeah. What a great movie. That was I loved Hitch.
Kevin James is just amazing. In it.
Yeah. He
I
is.
liked it because of Allegra Cole and Kevin James.
I think the art, it's kind of like the models back in like when supermodels became a thing, right? The supermodels became a thing. Everybody's like, why can't women, what are you saying?
No. Sidetrack real quick. Frankie and I just watched Deuce Bigelow last night. And so I was thinking about how he did such a great job on his dates.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because I mean, it was funny because he got all these like different type of women that he thought he was gonna get laid. You know, he was a male prostitute,
yeah.
right?
Oh, I know what he is.
Yeah, no, for our younger fans that don't know.
Oh, okay. You're very good.
Well, the
That's
movie's
actually
called
good.
Deuce Bigelow.
American Gigolo.
No, well, you're thinking European gigolo, but it's just
Wasn't it?
No, it's
Deuce
just
Bigelow?
Deuce
It's just
Bigelow.
Bigelow, male gigolo. I think?
Yeah, Mel Gigolo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, but
Close.
yeah,
That's
he's
close.
He just
So-
went on different dates with people who never.
Yeah, because he
were
thought he
able
was
to
just
go
gonna
on
get
dates.
laid. But it's just like a lot of people that get dates because they feel lonely or they just can't
That's
find
what it was.
someone
They
to
were
like,
lonely.
appreciate
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And he made these women feel beautiful. Well, I don't want to get too far into me feel beautiful and stuff, but
He did a good job.
Yeah, he did
I
a great
think-
job with the first dates, and they were like great ideas too. Baseball game,
Bowling.
walking on the beach.
Yeah, I mean I think the art of dating has gotten lost, and I think like with the supermodel, the upcoming of the supermodel, when women, I'm just going to go with like just to kind of summarize it so we can get to the trigger subject, is that
Hey, Laura.
when it came into hold on, you're distracting me. Don't do that. When women started questioning, I have to look like this, I have to get this, as magazines were putting out, right? And everybody's like, why can't we go back to the days where women love their bodies? Because prior to that, there wasn't as much of that. And I think the same is for dating. The more and more, it's this new pressures with social media,
Yeah.
and you have to be this and you have to be that.
Yeah.
But I also feel, and you know me and my instincts, I have good instincts. I feel a little shift in that in the last, I'd say 3 months on TikTok.
Because it gets tiring and people can't afford that
Well,
stuff.
I'm starting to cut off friends, men, social media that are just bashing women, and the same with women. Like I'm sick of it. Like every other word is, well, if women do this, men do this, and I'm like, I don't even want to be friends. Like I don't want to talk to you on a regular basis if every time I talk to you, all you're doing is bashing women about how they're not. It's cause women. It's cause and the same with I just don't want to hear it.
Correct.
It's both sides.
Well, interesting. You mentioned friendship.
We can talk
because-
about it on the show though.
but it's interesting what you mentioned about friendship and like also like drinking, because I think when it comes to hanging out with friends, all of a sudden it just became brunch, clubbing, like always drinking, wineries.
Well, we're
And it's
also
like,
in
I
a
don't-
scene.
Day partying turns into.
We're also and you had access to the events. You knew where everything was because of social media. Back in the day, I was like, oh, there's a party in 30 days down in DC. You know, it's just different.
But people are also getting tired of that. I'm just drinking.
Well, clubbing is
Drinking's expensive.
going out of style. More darties, or I'll see how far this goes, but that's kind of the trend. We'll see. You know how that
I mean,
goes.
I like doing that old, like the classic stuff, like bowling. Let's
Yeah,
go shoot
so,
some pool.
Karaoke.
So can you go back up, John? Scroll up on the thing. I want to give our YouTube audience. So John Burnley said pickleball. Any of those dates Laura said would be awesome. Okay, go back down. Sorry. No expensive dinner, no movies, going to the park, doing something competitive, hiking, anything. I agree, Laura, 100%. Those are awesome dates. And the DC Mall. Oh, yeah, the DC Mall's cool. And the Smithsonian at the Air and Space down there, and the one over here. I was just I've been to both, but the one over here in Dulles, they have the flight simulator where you can drive and you go upside down. I love it. I love it. I love
There's
it.
so much to do.
You know, I've never been to the aquarium. So anyone of you,
The Baltimore?
I've never been to an aquarium. Period.
I'll go to the Baltimore Aquarium with you in September. You want to go?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right.
We have a date.
Wow, something new to do in Baltimore.
I'm not dating either, you shitheads.
I didn't say I was going.
You can pay for your own meal.
No, you're still paying for my meal. Fuck you guys. I'm the
I didn't
best.
say I was going to the aquarium.
You're going.
Y'all go to the aquarium. I'll be down the street.
Don't worry about your best friend and your brother. Just, you know.
Man, I've been to the aquarium a whole bunch
Where-
of times. I used to take my kids there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Dulles, the zoo. That's a good one.
The zoo is a good- that's why I said
Dude,
aquarium,
You know
'cause it's
what?
a zoo.
If somebody wants to take me on a date in December, I want to go to see the lights at the
The
zoo.
lights, that's nice.
Oh, that's
There's
another,
so much
like,
stuff to do.
winter date.
And I think it goes back to what you said, though. I guess back in the day, at least when I was a kid and a teenager, I didn't have much money.
Yeah.
So it was always, stuff that wasn't too expensive. But like you said, then as we grew up and then we provided more for the next generation.
I think expectation. I think people worry too much about, and I think we're all guilty of this.
Yes.
Oh my God, if he doesn't take me to the nicest restaurant and this and that, what are my friends going to think? Fuck your friends. Who cares? Like, I've learned that. I would much rather a guy plan a date and let's go walk or, do whatever. And I'd be just as proud of that because that was thoughtful. Taking me to dinner is very, very nice. That's not what I mean. But that's not as thoughtful. So I'm good with either.
I mean, back in the day, didn't you ever go on those dates where they took you to like one of those hole-in-the-wall restaurants that had maybe like the best gyro?
Yes,
and then you were like,
gyro.
Yeah,
Gyro.
I did that.
Gyro.
Like the
Gyro.
best tacos or the best
Yeah.
steak and cheese. And those are things that you always cherish and be like, yeah, I remember that spot that, so-and-so, my boyfriend took me to,
Yeah.
or my girlfriend. Yeah, those are great memories.
I think bring back the art of romancing. I always think of the toe.
art of romance.
The toe, when a girl
No, don't say that
kicks her foot up, like the kiss and the kiss.
yes, of course you have your foot up.
It reminds me of like that old school romance. And I think, if I am my younger people, because I am 49,
Taco Bell.
I am almost officially 6 months to 50. I'm not embarrassed though. It could be worse. Could be worse. But younger people, bring back the romance.
Yeah.
Bring back the art of good dating. I think it's nice. And
Drive-through theater.
No, we were saying that's not one because you'll end up
'cause
banging.
it's-
You'll fall on a dick.
That's like going to
Never
the
saw at
hill.
the beginning. It was,
That's like driving up to a hill for the view.
Horse and buggy ride's a good one. Corn
cars and
mazes.
buggy rides?
Corn mazes are
Bumper
good.
cars.
Dude, I'm right. Save this chat, John, so I can. Or how do I find it? I'm gonna write all this down and we'll make a list for the page.
I'm like, tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
Why? I do honestly think that young women and men would appreciate
Oh, no,
this for real.
definitely,
Like,
yeah.
I bet if we talk to your daughters or even Nico or, Dania's or Nancy's kid, like, I bet they would appreciate this. Girls and guys alike.
There's a bunch of 20-year-olds.
I know
who
my
does
kid.
like
I know
that.
my kids would because that's the stuff I
Yeah.
did with them when they were little.
Yeah.
Escape rooms, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Jess wants to go down to Lookout Point with Potsy and make out.
Look out, boy.
That's on the fourth. Jeff, that's on the
If we keep
fourth
going back,
thing.
it'll be like we'll get a soda pop. We'll go to the what was that called?
Oh,
The-
Potsy from Happy Days.
Yes, you're gonna go to the sock
took
hop
me a minute.
and then
Sock
go to
hop, yeah.
Lookout
Sock
Point and make
hop.
out.
I want to go to a sock
but those
hop.
are really good. You know, Julio, how you wish you were like in the 80s.
Yeah.
I lived the 80s, which were amazing.
I love the frosh.
I used
Remember
to
the
always
frosh?
think.
For ninth grade, it was the frosh. Never mind. Okay.
I used to always think like, those days with like the sock hops that he was saying, like those dancing stuff, like,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I would have liked to enjoy those times.
I too would have liked
All
to
right,
enjoy those.
real
times.
quick, and then we're going to move on. And I want to warn our YouTube audience that is watching, this is going to trigger you. It triggered a lot of people today, but so I had to talk about it on the show. But
So you're triggering Frankie.
Frankie had
My
his
nostrils
period
are-
on the way over because he was very upset when he got here. I'm like, well, I didn't write it. I just deliver. Art gallery, farmers market, any museum gallery is good. And lots of time to talk. I agree. Getting to know each other is key. And wait until the fourth date's falling to dick. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to move on. John Canford is going to play a reel. And this is triggering, I think, for anybody. So watch it. Are we ready, John, or no? All right, we're going to play it now, and then we're going to let the boys talk first.
Homemade escape
Men
room.
can compensate bad looks. Women can't. When a man is not that good looking, he's super funny, he's super intelligent, he's super successful, he becomes attractive. Especially if he's funny, like that's the easiest way to get women. Whereas women don't have a compensatory strategy. You can be nice, you can be kind, but a guy's not going to think, wow, you're gorgeous. He's just going to think you're a nice, kind, I'll marry you because you're great. But he won't convince himself that you're beautiful, and not really. Whereas for women, when you're the funniest guy, you become super handsome. It's like we get this like lens on us. If he's super, you can become super handsome to a woman in her lens. But for a man, if you're unattractive, you're unattractive. Even if you're nice, pretty, kind, caring, they'll still be with you. I'm not saying they won't choose you, but they're not blinded to your looks. They're not going to be like, you're the most beautiful girl.
That face at the end, that definitely.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Okay, so before I let you go, I know it's triggering. I think when you're thinking from emotion and your compassionate side and empathy and any emotion that comes in and you're not putting anything else, initial reaction, I think it's extremely triggering reel.
It's not demure, I'll tell you that much.
It's not demure. I'm going to let the boys go first because I took it apart piece by piece. And I'll give you what I think at the end, and then we'll move on to some sex. All right, hold on, real quick.
Slow it down.
We haven't even had the first
Halston
date.
Camp, I saw it fall in the D7. It's because Demure's in my mind, so D is just there. Halston, come on, you know my sarcastic ass Halston. We've been friends forever. He's one of my favorite people. Halston, he's the best. He got me and I think Kelly home from DC or Millie. I was wasted. I like fell out of his Jeep. I'm like, thanks, Halston, all the way back to Haymarket. Hammered. Halston, it's been a while for her, like a desert searching for a sign of water. Fair enough. Fair statement. One of my my friend's husband says, oh my God, you're already savage. When the guy that, I'm afraid for that guy. You're going to be a savage beast.
Jess is going to get him pregnant.
And then Halston, okay. All right, so go. Jeff, do you want to take this one first? And then I'll let Frankie so he can.
I think she's pretty accurate, honestly, because no matter how I feel about somebody, I still have. I'm very realistic about myself and about the person that I'm with.
Yeah.
I think it's like a different slant and it's different ways of saying it, but realistically, basically what she's saying is women will overlook looks more if the guy's funny than a guy will. But
Yeah.
But I think that what she's really trying to say more is like that it actually changes in the woman's brain that the guy becomes attractive, whereas in a guy, she doesn't ever become attractive no matter if he is attracted to her, even though she's not.
I think what she tried to say, and again, I'm going to save my thoughts, is she's trying to say if she's
She's like one of those like, oh no, he's good looking.
Yeah.
When realistically, he's not gotten any better looking, and he's not good looking, but to her, he is.
Correct.
So it's almost like
That
something
doesn't
changes
happen.
in a woman's brain.
That doesn't happen for men. Correct.
Like, I would believe what she said if she would have said they get, if they're super funny, they look 6 feet taller.
I think what she was trying to say, and again, I want to preface this, but I'm keeping my opinions till the end but I think if you kind of take that apart, she's saying if you're, and I hate labeling in society, but if you're a 6 and somebody's a 10, I mean, so dumb.
You're using it as an
because beauty
example.
is relative.
Yeah.
And But there are some girls you look at and they're just a 10 no matter where they go. That 6 isn't going to turn into a 10 for him if a 10's standing there. That girl's going to be a 10 and you're going to be a 6, even if you have the most awesome personality. That's what she was trying to say.
Yeah.
I didn't say that's what I was trying to say.
I mean, I do believe, I thought it was interesting to see a woman's point of view, right? When it comes to physical appearance. But I kind of believe that anyway, women don't necessarily always go for like the best looking guy, right? But it goes back to my theory. Remember what I said about my theory, right? Women don't like when a guy is more handsome,
Yeah.
better looking than they are.
That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah. But to me, what made me think is the opposite, though, when it comes to women, though. I like when it comes to the whole situation, women who are 10s can become uglier by the way they behave. So that's what it is for us guys. For women, it's if he's not that good looking, but he's funny, this and that, they look more handsome, right? But for us men, when a woman is a 10, but she treats you like crap, horrible attitude, can't take a joke, just isn't a nice person, then their beauty completely starts dropping and they become less attractive physically.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very yin yang.
What did you think about it? What were you, hold on real quick. What were you triggered about? Because you said you were so triggered and I feel like you're not acting triggered at all.
Oh, you know what? Let him comment and I'll go back to that.
Well, why did we have to come back to
Because
it?
I have to remember.
Sorry, I had to call,
He has to offend himself
I had
again.
to call my friend to check my straightener. I'm like, I'm a OCD when it comes to certain things. I go back and check like 3, and I didn't. And I'm like, oh my God, you have to go see if my straightener's off. Oh my God. All right, so go ahead.
She obviously has not seen Shallow Hal. That movie,
Great movie.
kind of proves like the whole complete opposite of what she said. Of course, at first he's a dude that only looks at beautiful women, doesn't give other girls that are less attractive a chance, and he gets hypnotized. Right, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's a movie, but what do you
But
think?
still, the point of the movie is that he gets hypnotized to think that the less attractive woman is more attractive, but once the
Because he sees the beauty in the inside.
yeah, he finally gets the whole beauty on the inside, and he actually ends up with that less attractive girl because he thinks that she's, the whole package, the whole world to him. She becomes the actual beauty that she was not truly to be. Well, I confused myself there.
I saw the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good thing we saw the
I
movie
know.
to understand what
I
you're
hurt
trying
myself
to
so
say.
bad right now.
Yeah.
John, any comments? Sean's like, I'm staying the fuck out of this one. All right, I'm back to you.
No. Did I say I was triggered? I was.
Yeah, you came in here and I said, oh, do you have a period? And you're like, I was triggered from that, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
you're
blah.
like,
'cause
my nose are flaring.
Your
Yeah.
nostrils
I
were
think
flaring
that's
and
what
you
it was.
didn't.
I think I was just joking about that. But like I said, I wasn't really surprised in what she said. Women don't necessarily focus so
pull
much
that.
on looks. Obviously nobody wants to date an ugly person, I guess, but but when they treat you a certain way, it goes both ways. The person becomes more attractive, but I don't know if I believe that using Jessica's terms, like if a 6 starts treating me, okay, that's what it was. That's what triggered me. I do believe that if a woman who isn't as attractive as a 10 starts treating you very loving, nurturing, that's to me, I love that.
Yeah.
You're sweet. You hold my hand, like you pamper me a little bit.
Gives you head without teeth.
I haven't had it yet, so I can't give an opinion on that.
John, in all fairness, prettiest people do the ugliest things. I think bad people do the ugliest things. I don't think, first of all, beauty's relative. And secondly, people who are shitty are going to do shitty things. And I don't think it's fair to label that like attractive people. I can name about 10 people I don't think are very pretty that do pretty shitty fucking or
Yeah,
pretty that
I
do
agree.
shitty things and that aren't pretty.
I agree, 100%.
You know what's interesting?
I mean, again, pretty's relative. I feel like I have to say that, but I've met some not attractive people that are pieces of shit and have done horrible things to me.
You know what? The more I think about it, I think I kind of understand where she's coming from with the whole how a guy cannot, even if he does marry the less attractive woman, the 6,
Yeah.
on the same term, she probably won't be as pretty and everything. And it kind of just led me back to Beauty and the Beast. I know it sounds funny and everything, but I mean, it makes sense. That's what the whole movie's about. The guy did not give the, uglier looking woman a chance, and then he gets, cursed into a beast. But the very pretty girl gives him a chance because she finds the beauty inside of the beast.
Yeah.
But it would have not worked the other way around.
Well, I think a couple of things. And when I was referring to John, I was referring to John on YouTube that day because we have so many Johns going on. So I want to make that clear. And secondly, guys, I'm going to give my opinion now. Well, did you want to finish what you were saying?
Finish
I'm
up what
sorry.
you're saying. But I mean, how many times have we had friends that we criticize and be like, that's the girl you like? It's not that pretty.
Oh my
right?
God.
But then...
Usually their personality also sucks.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is...
In the cases you're talking about.
Yeah, but now we're talking about, looks where
At the beginning.
they don't have to be that great looking, but the way they treat you just takes them up a few notches. But you said that... you just said that, but... If she stands next to a 10, you're always going to be like, but that's with anything that's super pretty and handsome. Henry Cavill stands next to anybody. Henry Cavill's gorgeous, no matter what.
All right, so real quick, before I go into my opinion on this, which I'm sure I could divert from my opinion, my opinions do change as I get more enlightened. But I want to mention one more time, we have collaborated Wylde Style Network and BetStamp for all your betting needs. And NFL season is starting. So don't forget to go to signupexpert.com/Wylde Style Network. And that's WYLDE. Sorry, guys, my brain gets frazzled with all the words running through it. And you get picks tailored to your geographic area, new user offers, and a ton on there going on. And what it also does is it helps us at Tribe Called Jess and all the podcasts here so I can be this crazy character of myself every week and keep bringing you very demure content and some ASMR. And I'm going to start a new career after this. Just call me.
Bring
All right,
back
so-
Hotline Blings.
So I think a couple things. I'm going to work backwards on this one. 100% what she said about women with men are true. It is 100% true. And Jeff's right. Something changes in our brain. You could not be what a woman might consider an extremely attractive man, but with your wit, your intelligence, your smarts, if you're funny and can make me laugh, all of a sudden, as that shift has happened, and it's happened in my life for sure, and I am zoned in, and I will never zone out of that while I'm in love with you, right? And so I do think women find, and I hate saying less attractive, but they will date. This is going to sound even worse. Down. I don't know how you put that any better way.
Now I know how it triggered.
Date a less attractive person. I'm just basing it off of every woman that I personally have encountered with. We do fall a lot in love with. Now, in saying that, I did make a note here. She still has to be attracted to him first. There has to be something attractive about him. Whether that could have even been like one guy dated. I remember I didn't find him attractive. He was attractive, though. I didn't find him attractive, and he grew on me to the point I adored him. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say you're not. There has to be something about them that has that attractiveness. But sometimes when you look at women like, oh, she's dating him, but she's just like, he's everything, then that really does happen for women. So many, many times.
Can I ask a question? Or I'll make a statement. Is it that women, what she said when the guy goes up, is it because she already dated so many handsome men that let her down, so now she's going to give a chance to
well, there's that
6?
whole last branch theory. He was the last branch. If you, I forget what comedian that was, the last branch.
Yeah.
I think that theory, and I'll be honest, and I put this in here. Let me come back to you because this was actually something I put in there, and I don't think it's for women. I think this actually applies to men, but I'll explain what I mean.
Okay.
So I do think, hold on, if you take emotion and you separate what she's going to say, I agree with you 100%. Super hot women can become extremely unattractive. Extremely unattractive. I mean, even friend-wise, I'm just like, oh God, that girl just got real ugly real quick. And the same applies for me with men. Men who come across as arrogant. You're bashing women. You're, everything's a problem. Like, oh yeah, that sucks. That team sucks. Oh yeah, they're drinking. Oh, this bartender's slow. Oh, girls are they always do this. And it's everything. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm out as a friend, let alone anything else. I just can't stand that much negativity. I'm not talking venting among friends. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's their personality. So fuck that. So I agree with you on that. But I will say this. If you have a woman, and I want to say it one more time, beauty is relative in the eye of the beholder. I've had one guy over here say, oh, you're beautiful, Jess. Another guy say, you're all right. Fair is fair. That, I mean, it is what it is, right? And there's been guys that my girlfriend's like, he's hot. And I'm like, what? Like, no, I mean, it's all relative, right? But society tends to put numbers on nowadays, like she's a 10, the 6, this, or that. So if you have a 6 and there's not a lot of bond there yet, right? And she's nice and kind and all these things, and you have a 10 and she's nice and kind, but a bit bitchy, I guarantee he's going with that 10. She's still nice and kind, a little bit bitchy. He's going with that 10. I'm not saying that women won't grow on you, but I want to read this because I did research because it hit my emotional side like, oh my God, that's a terrible thing to say. You know what I mean? At first. And if you don't know Sadia Psychology, she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram. She actually has some really cool stuff and stuff I completely disagree with. And I don't know if I completely agree or disagree with her on this. I think it's a very hard thing to articulate because people become so emotional because you think you're attacking their looks, or a man's like, but I love my wife. And she's not trying to say that you don't. And one of our girlfriends, Megan, on the comments said, well, of course it's true. Why do you think 70-year-old men go with 20-year-old women? Why do you think older men a lot of times are looking at the younger women? Because most of them are 10s. And I can tell you as a woman who's 49 versus in my 30s that the way men look at me is 100% different. Because I'm not youthful anymore. And and as a woman, it's really hard to accept. But now I'm like, oh, I like me. What the fuck ever. I don't care. But it was the last 2 years before I had plastic surgery was a fucking struggle. Because you were like, you're fine, blah, blah. And then after you saw my plastic surgery, you're like, oh, wow. But you were like, you were really pretty before. But I felt horrible.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's not as simple as, like, some topics like that are not so
it's-
simple. It's so complex because it involves so many other little factors, right? So I think one of the reasons why older men choose younger women is the simple fact that there's just so many beautiful women. There's just so many women out there.
But
But it's just so many women out there.
But you made the point.
You know?
So I want to read this, and this was off. Let me read.
But what I'm saying is you could leave a 10 for another 10. So it's not just because this
But
was
now
more.
your 10's aged.
No, but it's not because it's more attractive. It's just
No, it's because they're more attractive. It doesn't make you guys bad. It's
No.
because they're more attractive. It almost proves the theory. It doesn't make them wrong. And let me
I'm not
read you
saying
why.
that either, but
Let me read you why.
You can't argue with what I believe. You should be like, no, it's this. So it's like, no.
No, you're saying he goes now for a younger woman.
Yeah, so it's youth,
because
not
they're
necess-
more attractive.
It's the youth, not necessarily the looks.
Because younger people are in general more attractive, and the percentage of women that get plastic surgery is lower than you think. And so, yeah.
I don't know. The older they are, the less teeth there is to worry about.
There you go. All right, so this was off. I wrote the source.
Off a dick.
Off a dick. Yes, off a dick. Shit, give me a sec. I have the source, but this was datingsource.com. I think this is what it was. And they hook up, they're a very exclusive place that hooks up people, not like a naughty place. But they wrote kind of an article, and they're like, men's preferences are biologically hardwired to find signs of youth and health attractive in order to determine which females are best suited to carry on their genes. It might sound silly and unfair, but men just can't help it. Men are visual. Women, on the other hand, are more attracted to certain other qualities in men, such as the way he makes them feel. Yeah. Have you noticed that when you see a lot of average and unattractive men with beautiful, you see more average and unattractive men with beautiful women than the other way around. Exactly. We will never change our shallow brothers. We must embrace them and sometimes have a good laugh about the absurdity of all. But at the same time, don't throw in the towel just because you don't look like a supermodel. Neither do I. My husband thinks I'm a 10, and most men are looking for the whole package. The most important thing is that you feel good about yourself. If that means getting in better shape or updating your appearance, it can only help you to be more attractive to a man. So this is going back to what you said about, I think when men come to the realization as they age and they haven't gotten a relationship was where I see a lot of that, where they're like, wait a second, I got to change my perspective on things now. And I'm not going to get what I want out of a 10. And then they have that kind of realization. I think that's where I see that more. You know, men start to go through that aging process themselves, and these other girls don't want them. And then they're like, wait a sec, maybe I'm going for the wrong things, or that's the last branch they have to settle for, and they readjust their priorities. Again, I'm not saying whether she's right or wrong.
I mean, I don't think there's a right or wrong.
I think there is some, like Jeff said, there's some truth to it.
Yeah, I believe there's a lot of truth to it.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of factors that play into it also.
Correct.
You know, because there's always going to be someone who is more handsome and, you know, more beautiful. So you have to also not just go for that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could meet, you could meet a 10 and they turn out to be just horrible human
And there's a lot of guys that will get on, and you probably see this on, I think it's more prevalent on TikToks. They talk about it, and Reels on Instagram. Guys will date 10s that treat them like shit all day long because they have a lot of money and they don't give a fuck. They want them to take their money. They want that pretty girl, and they don't care. And they're saying that. They don't care. Use me for my money.
We just
I don't
want to
give
be
a fuck.
smacked around a little bit.
I mean, and that's true. And they'll take whatever attitude and anything that goes with it. I mean, look,
but that's like some people. I don't even think it's the majority either.
But less attractive women fuck better too, though.
I mean,
What did you say?
Less attractive women fuck better.
You think?
Yeah. You know what? I can't. Let me do my research, and then we'll talk about it in the next one.
So my final note on it was, do I think the way men, if they select like this, will bring them happiness or it is on the right path? Probably not. But, you know, men are very visually driven. And just the same advice I give I say friends, like when people call and ask me for advice, I think my husband or boyfriend's having an affair. I'm like, are you fucking? Like, you know what I say? Guy's high level. It's kind of a joke. In my group, a blowjob a day keeps the bitches away. But, men are driven like that. I promise you. And people are like, I shouldn't have to do that. Why? Why? You signed up. That's how men are driven. On the other hand, I'm also driven like that when I'm in a relationship. But
that's
women,
just a small part,
women understood. But we're talking about, I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
Same applies. Men are very visual. I want to look good for my man. On the flip side, I want to feel appreciated. I want to feel provided for. I want to feel taken care of. So there are things I want too. So therefore, I feel like I'm going to do my part for what I know high level that is important to them. Sex is also important to women. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, it's part of being in a relationship. Sex is important. A lot of these things are important. I don't think looks are like the most important. I don't think, sex is the most important, but it is an important part of a relationship. And the way that I am and I was raised and I raised my kids is, if you're a pretty or a handsome person, don't let that define who you are. That's just part of you, but always work on character and who you are. Be respectful. Be generous. Be serviceable. Be someone who likes to do things for people. So when you do that stuff, it makes you just a great human, and it makes your soul as a person more attractive. Period. As a whole, because I don't like, even if you're a 10, I don't like women who focus so much on looks.
100%. I'm
Zero
not. You know,
personality.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm only telling. I try to look at it from a logical point of view. My emotional side wants to say, "Oh, that's bullshit," but my logical side and knowing how men think versus how women think, and throughout the show and throughout life of learning, tells me there is some truth to that. Even if we don't want to admit it, we want to call Sadia a bitch and blah blah blah. She's kicking it sort of straight, and people have a hard time taking things straight. No chaser, and that's what she's known for. And she doesn't give a fuck whose feelings she hurts.
But you and I always have conversations, and one of the things that I learned through our conversations was put the emotions aside, let them work through.
Yeah.
Right, and then put them aside.
Yeah.
Because when the first conversations we used to have,
God, pain in my ass.
whew.
Pain in my
the
ass.
emotions.
Because he just thought black and white. There was no
Gray area.
Gray area. It was just like, this is what it is, or this is what it is. It's not. There was everything was literal for Frankie. So I'm proud of you for that.
You know who I got that from? Dad.
Dad.
I was
yeah.
like, me?
Dad.
So let's read some of these comments from our YouTube, and then we'll wrap unless you guys have more to say. So, go back up, John. We were good where it was. Thank you.
John.
Laura said there's that instant attraction, but that can go away if the dude is a dick. I agree. Julio, those 5 and 6 go hard, underrated.
John knows what I'm talking about.
The most important part is peace. Holston, I 100% agree with you. If a guy treats service staff badly in front of me, we're done. Like, we are done unless the service staff member punched him in the face.
And, I mean, that's the thing. I've always said that when you want to date someone, you need to see how they treat, other people, like how they treat their siblings, how they treat their mom and dad, how they treat their friends, how they treat people who, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, are people who seem to be less, right? Or below, or whatever. Beneath you, right? If that's what you want to say, whatever you know what I'm talking about.
The betas.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were done.
Yeah, so
Go
that's
ahead,
how,
finish.
and you usually measure people like that, who they treat, what they call, quote unquote, the help, right? If you see people who are so arrogant and just think that they're better, to me, that's disgusting behavior.
Yeah, it is. It's disgusting, period. I mean, if that came out of my child, my family, I'd be like, don't want to be around you. I think most important is be confident and happy in yourself. Love who you are, and ask the right questions up front in anybody's relationship. Listen, whether guys think other chicks are hot, it's how they are. But when a guy loves you, he 100% loves you. And when my guy friends that have healthy relationships and are in love and, aren't doing squirrely shit, they're really happy and they're really in love, and vice versa. And all this shit doesn't matter. And they do all the things we talk about on this show constantly. But I think it's an interesting topic. When we come back, we're going to do a show with all the girls. John, I'm going to wrap here. Just give me a minute. Real quick.
We're going to do a Sibian show? Is that what you said?
No, I have girls coming in. My girls. No.
Are you
no
bringing in
Sibian
attractive?
shows.
Are you bringing in attractive girls or?
Bring in
no.
the shark tooth.
Sharp teeth.
All right. So I want to give a shout out to our Facebook Tribe Called Jess followers. First of all, we've gone from 800 to 1,500 in less than a week, which for me, it took me forever to get to 1,500.
Good job, Frankie. The tours are working.
And it was a whim. Last week, I posted that video again. It got done well on Wylde Style Network. It did not do well on my page, so I reposted it on my page. I'm like, I know the algorithm of this video is good. And maybe not Facebook viral, but from then till today, I was able to look up the insights. We got 2,021 likes, 307 comments, 1,445,668 plays, all off a thing where I'm asking women, what age what do you think you have mind-blowing sex and on? Like, where does that start? A survey of 2,600 women from XO Nicole. It was like 3 or 4 episodes. It was back in July. And it was, for whatever reason, the Facebook algorithm likes it. I worded it right. I changed a few things because you got to make sure you're not putting certain shit in there because then they want you to run an ad and you can't do that.
Yeah.
So they won't let it pick up your algorithm. So I'm super thankful to those people Thank you. That was very cool for me. I was like, oh my God, it's like kind of viral.
I know.
You
And
got
I
to pop
did.
twice. That's the impressive
Yeah,
thing.
I did, and I didn't do it on
two different-
purpose.
2 different pages.
Yeah, I just was like, let me post this because but I think it's because it was anyway. The comments were hilarious.
Especially mine.
Oh God, yours. And it was, when do women say that what age do they begin having mind blowing sex and on? And my favorite again, don't care. Why the fuck does it matter? And I'm like, well, you stopped here to say you don't care, and why the fuck does it matter? So then why are we commenting? I hope you have a fabulous day. One guy asked me if I was trying to destroy women. I said, last thing I knew, women controlled their own bodies and decided when they thought their sex was the best. So that was funny. I had like some words back and forth. Always nice. I kept telling him, have a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. But it was kind of, I'm like, ruining their lives for what? But I didn't have to block anybody on Facebook. They're much nicer than TikTok.
I know.
And let's see, some guys, a lot of guys said in their 20s, and I think I kind of added in there that I thought 36. My girlfriend and I think that 36 is when women are at their very prettiest. They've kind of gotten that thin out in the face, but the skin's still perfect. You know, everything's working for them, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But it also happened to be the age on this. What are you doing? Oh, it happened to be the age on this survey as well. So some of the guys are like, you're crazy. Women lose their looks at 25. You guys are strung up at. One guy said, this girl is annoying and her voice annoys me. I said, I am said girl, and I also annoy myself. When I hear this in playback, I don't blame you, and I annoy my friends. I think for me, though, just to kind of wrap on this reel, it was just cool for that to happen.
Yeah.
It was happenstance, and I just want to say thank you to everyone out there, because it is fans and viewers and people that are supportive and share it. And I was looking up, some are from Mexico and, you know, all across the country, all across the world. And that's just a really cool feeling when
how
you
many
do.
from Australia, Jess?
I didn't look at that. I didn't look at that. Well, they're all on the YouTubes. They're all on the YouTubes and everything else. This was on my Facebook page. I think the older I get, the more confident I get, the better I get. I don't think I've ever been with a partner where I had bad sex. So I've been really lucky and able to communicate. But the more comfortable I think women get with their bodies, and just like, I don't care what this man thinks if I have this dot of cellulite right here, because I always worried, like, no matter how thin or muscular I get, I have this one little area, and I'd be like, oh, he's going to leave me if he sees it. Now I'm like, I don't give a shit. Leave. So I think with age comes confidence, and you communicate your needs and wants better, and you're able to move on from stuff faster if it's not working. So I think I've been lucky. I've always had, but I will say it's levels as you reach the end of your 30s, and even more levels as you go on. And as soon as I'm out of celibacy, which we are on what day? 180, we're at something. So
With Betstamp, we can
12 new
12
new moons and
12 new moons and 20,000 fortnights ago.
Can we use Betstamp to bet on how long the celibacy is going to last?
Sure. Can we do that? I'm being very demure.
you can't.
Very mindful.
You won't be able to bet because you're part of it. You control it.
No, I'm not going to bet. Anyway. But either way, what do I always say? Sex in your relationship. Make sure in your committed relationship, you guys are having sex, because life is too short to have shitty relationships and bad sex. And if it's not bringing you, as Joey Zogzig says, income, inspiration, or an orgasm, why are we messing with it? Take good care, guys. Tune in next time. Later.
Later.
Remember, we're born to bang.
We're born to bang. We're born to bang.